Hey yo, TV double NK. Some say debunk. It is what it is. Ain't that some shit? Ain't that some shit indeed? Yeah. Let me let me set the scene. If there is a scene to set, you know. So I'm set to graduate. Alright. I'm set to graduate on the 21st of this month. That's June 2025. Alright. Now, where am I? I'm in Malaysia. I'm in Malaysia. I'm about, I'd say 40 minutes from the capital. That's Kuala Lumpur. I came here just as COVID was ending. Just as that whole COVID period was ending, the whole lockdown periods, you know. I guess that'll be about 2022. I got here, I landed in April 2022. And that's pretty much the same month I started. I started my studies here in Malaysia at this university. I started. It was a 3 year. It was a 3 year course, and to be honest, even throughout those 3 years, it was like a period. It was like a battle between our group, because our group is like we initially we was 16 of us, if I'm not mistaken. 17. It was 17 of us initially when we started the program. And I'd say a semester in, we lost, I think it was two initially. We lost two of our classmates. They transferred to a different university. Why? I'll get to that in a bit. And then the next semester, I'm not sure if it was the next semester or if it was like the same semester, but basically a third student dropped out of our group. And that left us with 14 of us, right? Quite frankly, if you're wondering why I'm talking about this, man, I'm just venting, to be honest. I'm just venting. I'm depressed. Yeah, I'm venting. So now what happened? What made the initial two drop out? Well, this is our first semester in the university, and the first 2 weeks of our classes were online, right? It was online classes because they were still trying to figure everything out, with COVID just being, like certain COVID bans just being lifted and social distancing and everything. So it was a little crazy the first 2 weeks with the online thing. And then eventually we started having physical classes. But even when we started having physical classes, it was like we'd come in for class and there'd be no lecture, you know? And it wasn't just one class, it was a number of classes, to the point we probably went the first 2 months without having much studying going on, much education going on. You know what I mean? Like it was just, we was just there, you know. Just placeholders put in chairs, just, you know. But we at the time we just figured, you know what, it's probably they trying to get the organization right, you know, having come back from the COVID break, so maybe they just trying to get their wheels oiled up, so to speak. But them two didn't have the patience for that, man. If you're gonna put up a timetable and not have lecturers to take the classes that you put in your timetable, then, and it's not just a one-off occasion, it's like something that's happening every other day for every other subject and unit that we're supposed to have. At the end of the day, you're gonna have exams at the end of the semester, whether you like it or not, whether you study something or not. And you know, the university is not going to stop that from happening. You know, they're going to hold their exams, knowing damn well that you've not been taught to the you've not been taught what you're supposed to learn to the level of understanding that you're supposed to get it. It's just been drips and drabs. You've just literally have been getting bits and pieces of whatever you're supposed to be learning, you know. And then when you eventually do learn something, it's like a lecturer will come in with 2 weeks to exams, and then you just get an entire semester syllabus taught to you in a period of 2 weeks. And it's like, well, okay, y'all had a whole semester to organize this, and now you want to just it's not like we didn't show up to learn. We were here every day, you know. But now y'all want to put this pressure on us to teach us an entire semester syllabus in 2 weeks, and you expect us to do well in understanding what we are being presented with, you know. So it was that kind of scenario. So those two Chinese girls, they dropped out real quick. They were like, nah, you know what, we're not gonna do this. We're not gonna do this no more. So they dropped up. They transferred to a different university. And now, like I said, I'm not too sure if it was the same semester or the very next semester, but like the other Chinese girl, she dropped out as well for whatever reason. So in the end, it was just 14 of us. It was just 14 of us. And it's been 14 of us since then, up until now, the 3 years. And even during the 3 years, man, believe me, it wasn't just that first semester that was not organized. Like second semester, third semester, fourth semester, we was complaining every single semester. Like the semester starts and we don't have a timetable. All right. Semester started, we don't have a timetable. We get in timetables literally on a daily basis. Like you waking up today and the coordinator is sending you the timetable for the day, and you're like, you can't even plan for your week or for the next 2 weeks or for the next month. You know, you want to plan for the month, but you can't even plan for the week. You can't even plan for the next day. You can't even plan for the day you're on until you wake up and you see that WhatsApp come in with that timetable for that day, and you're like, oh, okay. Then you get to the class, and then you gotta wait probably an hour, sometimes more, for a lecturer. Sometimes the lecturer comes, sometimes he doesn't, you know. And then you're waiting for the lecturer an hour into the class that you're supposed to be having, and then you think to yourself, okay, let me just go down to the canteen, or let me just go down to the washroom, right? You're on your way walking to wherever you're walking, and obviously you got your lecture halls, right? or your tutorial classes, and as you're walking to wherever you're walking, you're thinking, okay, we're waiting, we don't know where this lecturer is, we've been texting this lecturer, we've been texting our coordinator, like we don't know what's going on, but we're just waiting, we're in class, we're waiting, and you're walking to wherever you're walking to, and you walk past a lecture theater or a tutorial class, and you see the lecture that's supposed to be taking your class taking another class of like some other students, and you like, wait, this the same lecturer we've been waiting on for the past hour, and he's actually teaching another class in another lecture theater. So who's gonna take us then? Like this was a constant thing through the first semester, second semester, like, and we was complaining, he was complaining like there's a lot of things that went down. And I'm not gonna drag this video too long. We're already 11 minutes in. So everything that you're trying to do is held back, it's like your studies are held back, but your exams are not. That's the crazy thing is, like, yeah. And we complain and we complain, and we'd be told, oh, y'all got to put your complaints through the right channels, and we'd go through those channels, and the coordinator, once she got under pressure, she'd go above her to the head of school, right? And then the head of school would come down and talk to us like, oh, I hear you guys are complaining, like, please just bear with us, we're trying, like, if y'all do have any complaints, like, don't be afraid to let us know, and then she'd come, she'd tell us these stories, like, and what would be stories, because at the end of the day nothing would change. Head of school comes, backs up her coordinator, promises change, but the next time you come through, it's the same thing. Next semester, it's the same thing, like I think through my 3 years at this university, there was never a time I got a timetable that I'd look at and I'll be like, okay, so for the next month, this is my timetable, this is what these are the classes I'll be having. It was like, at best, and this probably only happened in one single semester, at best we'd get a timetable with 2 weeks of classes set out for us, where we know, okay, for the next 2 weeks these are the classes we're having, at best. And that only happened in one semester, really. If I actually, like, after that, you're getting the timetable on a weekly basis, to the point of you're wondering, okay, like, are we actually a priority to these people? Or you begin to realize, like, okay, so clearly we're neglected, because it genuinely seemed like once you got to the next semester, there was more priority placed on the new intake coming in, right? There was like, and we was never a priority. There's just 14 of us in our group, right? But even with that small group, we never ever felt like we was a priority. We were always struggling to be noticed. And that's crazy to say, because you're supposed to be learning, you're supposed to be, and I'm an international student, right? So I'd complain. I'd go to the international director of student relations. I talk to her, and then once I talk to her, next thing, the coordinator's calling the head of school. and the head of school is going to come and hold a meeting with the class, right? 14, the class of 14, saying, oh, if y'all have problems, y'all need to go through the right chain of command, so to speak. You talk to your coordinator will come to me, your head of school, and then we'll try and solve the problem within us. And then if we can't solve the problem within us, we'll go higher, probably to the dean. And then, and I'm thinking to myself, the only reason I'm going to the international director of international student relations, right, is because every time we talk to y'all say you're gonna do something and y'all never do nothing, right? This was pretty much the entire 3 years spent in this university. And now, right, now I don't want to take too long. Now we've endured the 3 years, we set to graduate, right? And if I told you beginning of this year, these people couldn't tell us if we were graduating in June, because we knew our study was set to finish in June according to the calendar. 3-year course is supposed to finish in June. We started April 2022, June 2025. We complete our 3-year course, right? That we knew that for a fact. So now we knew there was a graduation in June, and there's 2 graduations at the university, one in the middle of the year and one at the end of the year, right? So now the only thing we weren't sure about was, are we going to graduate in June, or are we going to graduate? Are we going to graduate in June as we're completing the course, right? Because all coursework is done, we just left with one board exam. That's it. And that's an external exam. It's not even an internal university exam. The board exam is an external exam, right? So beginning of the year, no one can tell us when we're graduating. They're all thinking, oh, we're thinking there's 2 graduation slots, and at the moment it'll probably be the latter, right? Towards the end of the year that y'all be graduating, and I'm the international student, and I'm thinking to myself, so y'all mean to tell me my visa expires at the end of my course, and then I have to fly out because y'all don't allow me as an international student to work within the field that I studied in your country. Y'all don't allow me to work here, right? So as soon as my visa expires, y'all expect me to get out of Dodge, so to speak. Y'all genuinely expect me to get the hell out of your country, right? And then you're gonna expect me to fly back just for graduation later on in the year, like 5 months down the line after I finish my course. So that's what I was like. It didn't make sense to me at the time. And then this was probably December, January this year, right? And then about March, our coordinator was like a little more specific, and she was like, oh, okay, it seems pretty set in stone. Y'all will be graduating in June, on the 21st of June, right? And that was like, oh, okay, we're graduating 21st of June. And bear in mind, the board exam is on the 25th of June. So at that point, we all thinking, oh, okay, so we're gonna graduate before the board exam. A little weird, but I mean, considering the board exam is an external exam, it's not a university exam, so I guess it makes sense, right? So we just left it at that. So now we're at a point of, okay, we just need confirmation, right? That's where we were. We were at a point of, we just need confirmation of the convocation and when exactly is going to happen, if it's actually going to happen in June, right? So we're at that point now. We literally, genuinely at that point where 4 months to graduation, we're waiting for our invitations, right? Because we need some certainty. Like I'm an international student. I've spent 3 years alone in a foreign country studying, having my family sacrifice so much for me to be here. So at the very least, I'd love to have my family come and celebrate my graduation with me. You know what I mean? Like that's what you dream of. Like when you're studying, I honestly don't care what it is. You could be in kindergarten, you could be in primary education, you could be in secondary, tertiary education. Like there's no achievement that you obtain from those places of study that you don't want to share with your family. If it's an achievement, regardless of you're in the country of origin or you're outside, you wanna, after those years of studying, you want to be recognized for your achievement, and within that recognition of your achievement, you want to have your loved ones there to celebrate that recognition with you, right? Now I'm an international student. I'm here and I'm thinking, okay, so it's 4 months to convocation, graduation. We just waiting for invitations now, right? April, nothing. May comes, goes, nothing. We in June now, right? So a few days ago, on Sunday, if I'm not mistaken, a friend of mine, she says to me, "Oh, my mom, I don't know if it was actually the Sunday or the week before. I think it was the week before, last week. Yeah, it was probably last week sometime. She was like, "Oh, my mom just came down from, because her mom works in Saudi Arabia. She's like, my mom just came down from Saudi Arabia, so she came for the graduation. She actually pushed back her vacation period so it would align with my graduation, right? So she'd come through just at the same time." So I was like, "Oh, that's dope, you know?" And at that time, my brother, who's paying my fees here, had just traveled from England to Poland for my sister's graduation, because she was studying in Poland. She pretty much started, I think a month or two. She started in Poland in 2022. I think it was about February. She started in Poland, February or March, thereabout. She started studying in Poland just before I came to Malaysia to study here, right? So now she's completed her 3-year course there, 3-year program, and my brother flies with his wife to Poland to celebrate that graduation, right? And that's what you would expect, you know, because just like me, she spent 3 years in a foreign country with people she just met there, right? And at the end of that, you just want to have people you love around you to celebrate your achievement with you, right? So luckily for her, her university had some sort of organization. They sent invitations out early so families could actually prepare, buy tickets, get leave from work, you know, knowing that was the time period that was set for the convocation, for the graduation, right? So my brother goes, celebrates, and we come back. You know, it's like happy days. That was a beautiful time. We had fun. We had a great time, right? And all the while I'm watching that, I'm watching my sister's graduation, and I'm thinking to myself, you know what? This is beautiful. Like, I swear, like I cried. I shed tears, bro. It's my sister. You know, I shed tears, bro. I was happy, you know, because you know what you've been going through the past 3 years. So you know exactly what she's been going through the past 3 years that she's been studying wherever she's been going, because you both in countries you're foreign to, right? Having to deal things that having to deal with things that you never thought you'd have to deal with, you know, different languages, like foreign languages, you know, having to adjust to all that. And then you get this time to celebrate this achievement you've accomplished, and you have your family there with you. It's a beautiful time, bro. I can't lie to you, I shed tears. I love that. Was a beautiful moment. I like, if I'm gonna be honest, like that for me was the most single beautiful moment I can remember recently. I couldn't tell you in how long, bro. Like, I genuinely shed tears of joy just watching that, and just like, that's my sister right there. Well done. You know, they got to go there, and we watched her giving this speech in front of all these people in a foreign country. You know, you from little old Zimbabwe, all the way up in Poland, and now you get to stand in front of all these people giving a speech after graduating. You get to walk in front of all these people receiving your accolades, your certificates, you know, your achievements. Like, it was beautiful. Like, and I'm watching all that, and I'm thinking to myself, yo, like, genuinely, I thought about this, and I thought to myself, yo, if I'm getting this emotional over that, how am I gonna feel when I'm walking across that stage, looking out at the crowd, looking out at the crowd, and seeing my brother out there cheering me on? You know what I mean? Like, that's all I could think of at that time, because it was such a beautiful moment watching her graduate, that I was so happy for her. And I thought to myself, yo, is these the same emotions I'ma feel when I'm graduating? Because this is a lot. This is a lot, you know? It was beautiful. It was beautiful. And then that now was about 2.5 weeks ago that she graduated. Literally 2.5 weeks ago that she graduated. So, like, after that, I'm talking to my brother, and like he's asking me, like, oh yeah, where do you stay? Like, where exactly you stay? Like, how far to Kuala Lumpur you stay? And he asked me for my address, you know. So he's asking for this information, and I'm thinking to myself, you know, yeah, I know exactly why you're asking. You getting ready to come down, right? Obviously, right? Because I'm thinking to myself, there's no way you're gonna go to her graduation and not come to mine. You know, that's what I'm thinking, right? But at the same time, in the back of my head, I'm thinking to myself, but these people ain't sent us no invitations for my graduation. So I'm at a point where I'm not even sure, because there's a senior group who've like completed their program before us, and they graduating the same day that we'll be graduating, and they got their invitations for graduating like graduation for like a month and a half, maybe 2 months ago. I couldn't tell you for sure, right? All I know is their deadline for payment, because there's a certain fee you have to pay for graduation, where it's like you're paying for the gown, you're paying for pictures, you're paying for I don't know what exactly you'd be paying for, but I guess like you get what I'm saying. Like, so I'm thinking to myself, when is these people, if our senior group already got their invitations and they're telling that group that the deadline for payment for the gown and everything is like the 2nd of June, and at this point we're 2.5 weeks out from the graduation, when the hell are we gonna get our invitations? And I'm an international student. I need to send them invitations out to my family so they can, organize to come down. Like, they know I'm graduating, but they ain't got no invitations. They ain't got no, like, there's nothing to say, okay, this is like, imagine if this was a country where my relatives would need visas to come. Like, you don't even have anything to say, okay, I'm going to this country in order to do that. My son is graduating, so I'm going to be there for his graduation. My brother's graduating now. Like, the lucky thing is Malaysia doesn't have, like, for my country, Zimbabwe, like, you don't need a visa to come here. Like, you can come here 30 days and leave without a visa, right? That's a lucky thing. Same thing with my brother in England. He can just come here, spend 30 days here, and leave, right? No need for a visa. You're just touring, right? Tourist things. So regardless of that, I'm thinking to myself, yo, so wow, what do these people expect us to do? Like, there's 2.5 weeks to graduation when we ain't got no invitations. What's actually going on? So now on Monday, this past Monday, I sent a message to our coordinator, and I'm like, I put it in the group chat. I'm like, madam, I don't understand what's going on here, because our senior group, who are said to be graduating with us, right? Same graduation date. They received their invitations, like I said, like time ago. And their deadline for payments is literally tomorrow. Yet here we are, said to be graduating with them same day. We haven't received nothing but word of mouth. So how are we and our family supposed to plan? And the coordinator replies, like, because we got like a few staff in that group chat, a few university staff in that group. We got our coordinator, we got our clinical practice coordinator, and we got a couple of the staff in that group chat, right? So our clinical practice coordinator, he replied and he said, I can't remember what he said, but wait, let me get my phone so I can see exactly what he said. Let me just see what exactly he said. So I hope I'm looking in the right thing. No, I done gone too far. Cause I wanna. Damn. I actually can't remember where I put that message now. Can't remember where I put that message now. Wait, I can't remember which group I sent it in. That's a problem now. Anyway, you know what? Like, I can't remember. So anyway, I can't remember what he said in response, but it was pretty much like, okay, I'll talk to the office that's supposed to send out y'all invitations, something along those lines. I'll talk to the office that's supposed to send out your invitations, find out what's going on, and then I'll get back to y'all in the next few days, right? So I was like, okay, cool, whatever. And then our actual coordinator, right? Our actual program coordinator, she chimes back in. She chimes in and she says, "Oh, actually, y'all will definitely be graduating on the 21st of June, and the officers should be sending y'all your invitations in the next month or so. It's not next month, in the next week." And I'm there and I'm thinking to myself, you saying in the next week? We meant to graduate in the next 2.5 weeks. So that leaves us a week and a half to send them invitations to our families, and then for them to organize themselves and make it for our graduate. And I'm thinking, how does that even make sense to y'all, right? I was like, whatever. I left it. I left it because I assumed what I assumed, which we're gonna get to now, right? So now a day goes by, 2 days goes by. We just checking our emails because she had said, okay, the officers should email y'all the invitations anytime. Like, just be checking your emails. So a day go by, 2 days go by, we just checking, and there's nothing. Up to now, there's nothing. All right. And then a few hours ago, I'm chatting to my brother, and I'm like, because I'm thinking to myself, yo, I need something to wear for my graduation. I ain't got nothing to wear for my graduation, like no outfit, nothing. I need something to wear, right? That's what I'm thinking. So I say to my brother, yo, I ain't got shit to wear for my graduation. So when y'all come down, just like can you think you can give me like an outfit, something? Like, I don't need nothing special. I just need something simple and smart, you know? And that's when he chimes back and he says to me, yo, actually, matter of fact, I'm gonna tell you, I'm gonna play you what he says rather than me just saying it. Let me play it.
Yeah, T, you know what, bro? Regarding coming down, we initially had plans, but obviously things were just not straightforward. What was going on in Malaysia, as in with the exams and then with the cancellation of visas, everything just seemed like, and there was no information coming. We just assumed that people were not getting invitations. So we had initially, when we left Liz's, we're looking into flights and all that, but we just stopped. So yeah, unfortunately, I mean, like you're saying, you don't even know what's going on as well. So we didn't have a clue what was happening. So we actually we actually decided that it wasn't going to happen.
So that's my brother right there, basically telling me that he's not coming to my graduation. Like, I couldn't tell you. I don't know how to explain to y'all what a suffocating feeling that was, hearing him say that. Like, I totally get where he's coming from. I totally 1000% understand where he's coming from, without a doubt. And to be honest, I was wondering, there was a time I was wondering whether they'd be coming or not. And then he started asking me about my address and all that, and I was like, okay, it definitely must be coming. And like he's saying, they started looking into air tickets and everything after attending Liz's graduation just like 2.5 weeks ago. They started looking at, but now they didn't have no certainty because they ain't received no invitations, right? So in the end, they just decided, you know what, like, what good is it to book all these things, tickets, accommodation, and all that in a foreign country when you're not even certain of what's going to be happening and if it's going to be happening, right? When I tell you, the moment he said that, you know, it's a voice note. We wasn't a call. He said that to me because he'll be working and driving, so we just send each other voice notes back and forth in a conversation. When I tell you, when he sent that, yo, there was a total mood shift. Like I like before he sent that, I was having a damn good night. I was having a good night. I mean, okay, let me not say a damn good night. I was having a good night. It was a good evening, you know. But as soon as I got that message, I was like, you know what? My heart sank. I felt like shit. Cause the whole 3 years I've been here, man, I ain't even gonna lie to y'all. The whole 3 years I've been here, that is the one moment I've been looking forward to, is walking across that stage in my graduation ground and have my family out in that crowd just cheering me on. That's literally all I've been looking forward to these 3 years whilst I've been here. Every time I'm feeling like, you know what, this is some trash ass shit that I'm going through, I just think of that and I'm like, you know what? Yeah. Yeah. And that gets stolen from you, you know what I mean? And that gets stolen from you, and it's literally like, yo, y'all gonna rob me of the one thing I've been looking forward to over the past 3 years. That's the one thing y'all gonna rob me of. Just because you guys don't have any sort of organization or coordination within your whole faculty, you're gonna rob a group of 14. It ain't even like there's 100 of us, 50 of us. There's 14 of us, and y'all are failing to organize yourselves to get things right for 14 of us. When I say, yo, I went into our group chat where the coordinators and them staff members are, I berated the shit out of them, bro. And I didn't give a fuck neither. I was like, y'all have put us, y'all have been treating us like shit for 3 years now. 3 years we felt neglected. 3 years we've complained every single semester. And now this is how y'all gonna cap it off. You're gonna rob us of an occasion that you only get but once. Like this not like this tertiary thing, graduation, this not something this is like a once, twice thing in a lifetime, bro. It ain't no high school graduation. It ain't no primary grad. It ain't no kindergarten graduation. You know what I mean? This is university, bro. And knowing what we've gone through over the past 3 years, y'all gonna rob us of this just because y'all can't organize yourselves to get anything right for a group of 14 students. Like, when I tell y'all I feel let down, when I tell y'all my heart is in the lowest of places right now, man, I ain't joking about that. Cause now I actually said to him, like, let me actually read to y'all what I said to these people. Let me read to y'all what I said to these people. Here's a message I sent them. I sent this at midnight, by the way. This was 10 after midnight. I sent this message to them because I just been talking to my brother, and then I'm thinking to myself, yo, the way I'm feeling right now, I like, my mood is so sour right now. I just need to vent. And there's no people I'd rather vent to than the people who just fucking up our lives right now, right? So 10 minutes after midnight, I send this message to the group chat, and I'm like, good evening, good morning, because, yeah. And I'm like, I just finished talking to my brother who I assumed was coming to my graduation all along, and he has just informed me he will not be coming because he and his wife didn't know how to plan for something that doesn't seem to have any coherence to it as to whether it is happening or not, apart from word of mouth. Where you have an international student graduating but cannot provide him with invitations for family in a timely manner for preparations to be made. I'm greatly disappointed with this entire situation, which is quite frankly a reflection of our entire 3 years spent at this university, where we as a group have not felt to be considered a priority in any way or fashion, to the point I'm sure all 14 of us in this group would all agree we have been let down and just pushed through these 3 years as products on a conveyor belt. I go on. I was looking forward to celebrating this achievement with classmates, family, and friends, but at this point I don't even feel motivated to attend my own graduation if the people I love who sacrificed for me to be here, spelling error, here, are not going to be there to celebrate it with me. It would be more a day of sadness than celebration for me. We have been treated poorly during our time here, and this has really just capped it off. I'm not even sure of the purpose of typing this all out, but I felt I had to say this in order to curb my own frustrations at this point, as I'm truly disappointed in our treatment as a whole during our time here. The only good thing I experienced here was the group of classmates I spent my time here with. Away from that, ... And then I attached the voice note my brother had sent me. It's just a rubber stamp at all, you know what I mean? So, I mean, I don't lie, I shed a few tears. Because I'm disappointed, you know. I've been looking forward to this day for 3 fucking years. 3 fucking years I've been looking forward to this day, and the reason I've been looking... Where's the fun in walking across a stage in front of strangers to pick up to get your achievement? You want your family there, people you love, to share that moment with you. You know, you wanna step up. You wanna hear your name called and step up on that stage and look up out into the crowd and see your family. That's what you want. And these people have robbed They've genuinely robbed me of that. That's how I feel. Like I genuinely feel like I've been robbed of something like truly dear to me. I didn't graduate from high school. We don't have graduation. We don't, like where I'm from, we don't have high school graduation. You know. Where I'm from, we don't have high school graduation. I didn't have when I finished my primary education. We, like where I'm from, we don't have graduation for that. You finish your 7 years, you get your you you get your results, and you go to high school. When you get to high school, you do your 6 years there. You do your 6 years there, and when you're done, you move on. You know, it ain't like America where y'all have graduation for like damn near every station of education, from middle school all the way up to university. It ain't like that where you get them graduations. Like this was my one, and I was looking forward to it, and it ain't happening. I mean, what? Like for me, there's no point, man. For me, there's absolutely no point in attending the graduation where I have no one, no blood there, no one I care for to be there and celebrate that achievement with me. Because the reason you want your family there is they're your day ones. You know, you got your day one friends, but even your friends don't know the life you've been through. You know what I mean? Even your day ones don't know the life you've been through. Your friends don't know that. Your family do. Your family know what you've been through. Your family know what got you to where you are to that point. But yeah, man. Yeah. I didn't even think I'd be here this long. I guess I just needed to talk. Didn't matter to who, man. I could be talking to myself right now. I'm like, yeah. Anyways, it is what it is. It is what it is. Like if I do go to the graduation, I won't be going there for me. I'll be going there to watch my classmates walk across that stage and get their certificates. If I go for the graduation, that's what I'll be going for. But I won't be going for me. I know that for a damn sure. I won't be going for me. So, yeah. One love, y'all.